Okay, great. So let me see if I can screen share and bring up my PowerPoint. Okay. All right, how's that going? Everybody see the slide? So as we start this discussion about tarot, what I wanted to do was reframe it and make sure that we remember what we're doing with all of these esoteric practices that we're learning. So first and foremost, we are not human beings having a spiritual experience. We're spiritual beings having a human experience. So some of the questions we addressed in the first session was what is a wisdom school? What is perennial? Why is it important? What does it teach? How does it relate to the rest of things? And so those questions were relevant questions, and they're still relevant questions. And this is really the way I like to think about what we're doing, is we're down there in that lower mind where we're trying to, I'm just seeing, okay, people are accepting the invitation. Okay, all right. I just realized that the invitation I sent may have given you some incorrect information. Okay. It sent people to Hangouts. Anybody there? Anybody there? Mary Ellen, I sent you to the wrong place. We're actually, Martha, Mary Ellen, this Hangouts is not where the call is. You actually go to the Zoom, go to Zoom and use that number.
Well, this is from the last time, so I'm just I can get in on that.
Yeah, you can. You should be able to.
I think they're talking. Go to your last invitation. All right.
Yeah, go to the first one I sent you.
You will be able to get in that way.
Thank you, Martha. All right.
I don't know that woman's name.
All right. Okay.
Pamela?
Yeah.
Oh, there. I was going to say, Mary and I were sent by Google.
I know. I didn't see that they did that when I sent the invitation. I'm so sorry.
Oh, no problem.
Learn about all this stuff. Now we have everybody who should be on the call, right? Okay, down. We're having a little cat challenge here in addition to that. It will be a full moon. Everyone should know it will be a full moon at 5:28 tomorrow morning.
Oh.
So anytime we do these sessions with full moon energy, we're just asking for trouble, just a little extra. Okay, so we were starting to talk about, once again, the framework, and the framework is that we are working on the lower vessel, which is the lower mind, emotional and physical, and that we're trying to build a strong structure, and so it can bring in those higher energies. And that's really what we're all about. So I like to think of it as bringing the light down. So by being a strong vessel, we can, have a clear mind, well-balanced emotions, and a good physical body. Mary Ellen, I understand yours isn't so good right now, and thank you for showing up. And then we can be what is called soul infused or spirit infused. So that's what we're looking to do. And these practices are just a way to get in touch with that information. So we're getting in touch with the information from our what's in our subconscious mind, but also we're open to inspiration from higher source. And by the way, Martha, is that your daughter? Okay, hi, nice to meet you. We're muted, so I can't hear what you're saying, but it sounds lovely.
Oh, hi, I'm Catherine.
Hi, Catherine, nice to meet you.
You too.
So glad you could join us.
Yeah, I've heard so many good things. I'm excited.
Excellent. So, and you'll have fun doing readings with your mom. So the Hermetic principles you'll find showing up over and over again on the deck as we go through the reading. So these are something that comes from something that is called the Kabbalion, but they're principles that underlie the way everything operates. So the first thing is all is mind, the universe is mental. So thought creates reality. That's basically what it's saying. Correspondence, and we'll see one of the cards that really says that, as above, so below. And that's why I had this graphic that was taken on a full moon in my backyard one fall or winter or spring, somewhere when there wasn't much foliage. Vibration, nothing rests, everything's in motion, everything vibrates. So this is about energy systems. So we can count on everything being energetic. And then polarity, everything is dual, everything has poles, everything has a pair of opposites. Now this is something that I've worked with most of my life because I only wanted half of the polarity. So I only wanted the good, not the bad. I only wanted the fun, not the painful, you know. So one of my spiritual teachers was always reminding me that I didn't get to just have half of it, that the whole package comes together. And rhythm, everything flows in and out. Everything has tides, and those tides rise and fall. So there's seasons, there are phases, like the moon has phases. So once again, that is about energy. Cause and effect. The law of karma, what you sow, you reap. Every cause has an effect, every effect has a cause. Everything happens according to the law of karma. And then the one that really is sometimes more difficult to get is that everything has gender. And by that we mean the polarities of masculine and feminine. So everything is joined with its other. So when we talk about certain cards, we'll talk about them representing a feminine principle. We'll talk about other cards representing a masculine principle. And some cards are the combination of both principles. So that is what is going on with that. I'm sorry, I'm really distracted because there's people I know are supposed to be here that I probably totally screwed up by sending that invitation. It'll teach me to rely on Google. I thought I was being so clever doing that calendar thing and only to cause this problem. So as we mentioned, the rider rate, while we're waiting, we were talking about this being the most popular deck. And I have the box set that looks just like this graphic. And it's the one I was taught to read. And I don't know if everybody's here when I'm saying this is the book my mother gave me with her handwritten notes in it. And then somewhere here, yes, right here, I have my cards. So the tradition I was raised in says we always keep the cards in silk. Silk, it keeps negative psychic vibrations from them. It may be an old wives' tale, but it makes a nice practice. So my wish was that I was going to get enough time so I could make you all hand-dyed silk wrap for your cards, and maybe I'll get to that soon. But this is just a Tibetan silk scarf, and you can use that to wrap. You can also use it for the surface that you lay out your cards. So just some things to make it a little special. So here we go. Are you ready? So the tarot system, if we think of it as a symbolic system, and it has the major arcana and then it has the minor arcana. The minor arcana are basically your 52 playing cards. So the court cards and all the pips are the minor arcana. The part that was added to the deck, and there's lots of, if you Google tarot, you'll read lots of stories about the history and some of the ideas about what they are, but they come from an ancient system of meaning, and it represents a journey. So one of my teachers, Jacqueline Small, this is her teaching, which comes from a group called the Builders of the Adytum, which is where she received her training. And they actually believe that you should color your own set of cards. So they sell a blank set, and then you color it so that it has meaning for you. And if we look at this, you'll see right at the beginning is the Fool. The Fool is where we start the journey. And the Fool, I love this card because you can see the fellow kind of stepping off the edge of the cliff. So it might be helpful if you have your cards, if you just look at what the Fool card looks like. So the Fool card is always about beginnings. It's about taking that leap of faith. It's about going into the unknown with great hopeful anticipation. The second card in the major arcana is the Magician. And the Magician has his two hands raised, one above and one below. And that's when he's doing as above, so below. He is invoking, which is the expression we use. He's making things happen through his will, his focused intention. And you see he has the infinity sign above him, and what that means is the flow of energy. What comes in goes out, what comes in goes out. The second card is the High Priestess, and she sits between the two pillars of Boaz and Joachim, and those are mercy and justice in the Kabbalistic system. They're also in Masonry. They use those symbols. And she is the intuitive one. You'll notice she has the sun and the moon and lots of pomegranates, and pomegranates are sacred feminine. And it's like the womb with all the seeds. And then, so the moon below her and the full moon above her. And she's using her intuitive wisdom. So in coaching, when we talk about level 3 listening, this might be the High Priestess. So then we get to the Empress. She is fully ripe. So she is the one who brings forth everything in the land. She is the harvest. She is all things bountiful. So she's about creativity and manifestation. And you'll notice some of this ties back to numerology, and we'll talk about that with the minor arcana. The Emperor is a 4. The reason I say that is the Empress is a 3, and 3 in numerology is the lover. It's the free-flowing emotional energy, and there's some of that contained in the Empress card. All these systems combined, astrology, numerology, and tarot, that's why we did them in that order, all are connected. So the Emperor is 4 square. He's sitting on his throne. He's very stable. He is logic and order. So the Hierophant, my teacher, Jackie, says this is the power of intuitive thought. I have a different understanding of the Hierophant, so I'm just going to leave that for now. Then we get to the Lovers. The Lovers is really about duality of the masculine and feminine being joined together. And we have the Archangel above them, and they're number 6. And if you remember, number 6 is one of the love numbers as well. It's the one that is really about caring for others. Then we get to the next one, which is the Chariot. The Chariot is authority, and it's really about overcoming. So the Chariot is controlling the wild animals through his focused will and mental order. So that's the top of the rows. Now we get to powers. The first one is strength, and this, once again, you see the infinity symbol above her head, and this is using feminine power to tame the beast, and doing it without force, without violence, but calming and taming the beast. So that's what strength is about. Then we get to the Hermit. The Hermit is the card very similar to the card 7. There's some argument about numbering of these cards, but he is the seeker, the solitary seeker, and it's the law of mind. The next card, the Wheel of Fortune, is the law of cycles. What comes goes. Sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down. everything moves through a cycle. Nothing stays in the same place. And if you look at the four corners, these are the four, they're in Revelation. They're the four, they're part of all that literature, but they stand for Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, Leo. So it is the name of the desire nature. That's astrology. Justice, well balanced, the law of karma, and Justice has both a sword and she's weighing, so there's a certain ability to cut through things. Now we get to one of my personal favorites, mainly because it showed up so much in my life, and that's called the Hanged Man. It's the law of sacrifice or the law of surrender. So I'd like to tell you the story that goes with it. This is Odin, who hung on the world tree Yggdrasil for 3 days and 3 nights. Sound like anybody else? And on those 3 days and 3 nights, he was asked to surrender and in faith hang there until he received the gift. And the gift that he received were the runes, which was basically the alphabet. So this is a Norse tale, but this tale shows up everywhere. And what it really means is the surrender to the higher impulse. Then we get to death. Death doesn't actually mean physical death. It means something has to die. Something has to die for there to be transformation. For the new to come in, then we have to have death. And temperance is all about letting the waters flow. This is about balance. There's many symbols in it. And if you get, one of the books I recommend was this Eden Gray book. And that's because there's such good descriptions of each card in the Eden Gray book. I put it in the email, Complete Guide to the Tarot. So that's temperance, and we'll talk a little more about that. Then we have the devil. Scary card. The devil is really about our desire nature, being chained and bound by our desire nature. And one of the things they talk about is those people could get, it's once again duality, male and female, could get out from under the chain if they just looked and saw that they were free. So being bound by desire. Then the tower, and these are the initiations, that's what they're called, is because they're pretty powerful. And the tower is the shattering. So when the tower happens, something needs to shatter. It means some form has become too rigid and we've outgrown it and we need it to shatter in order to be there, to move on, to grow, everything. Then the next one is baptism. So baptism is the flowing waters. It's the star. It's the 7. You see the 7 stars before, those are the 7 sisters, the Pleiades, and it's a very, very feminine card. Lots of feminine energy. The moon is about evolution and transfiguration, and we're coming up out of the waters, which is coming out of the psyche, and the share in the light of the full moon. So things are being revealed. In this system, the initiations, the sun, I don't really understand how it's called the crucifixion, but I'm sure Jackie explained it to me and I've just forgotten. I have another interpretation for it. It's usually considered a very good card when it appears. Judgment, it's not as scary as it looks. It means there comes a time where all things are made clear to us. And then the world is the fulfillment, the completion, that everything has come full circle. Okay, come on. So here's a little deeper description of each one, and you probably will want to use this when you get to your reading, so that's why I put it here for easy access. So you can see the same cards, there's a little bit more information in each one, and I'm not going to go through that because you're going to reference it when you do your reading. So here we have the minor arcana, and as I said, these are basically the playing cards as we know them. And this is where it ties into numerology. So the ace or the 1 is always the beginning. It's always some initiation of activity, depending on which suit it's in. So there are 4 suits, and they represent the 4 elements. So we have earth, water, air, and fire. So we'll have an ace of each one, we'll have a 2 of each one, a 3, and so on. So this is just about the numbers. 2 is always about balancing the opposites. 3 is bringing things into harmony or synthesis. 4, like the Emperor, is 4 square and grounded. 5, lots of fears, struggle, gifts, and tests. 5 is always about change. So change and challenge. 6, sharing and service, relating to others, and that ties to what it is in numerology. 7, inner work, struggle, breakthrough. This is the solitary path. 8, Jessica, I think I remember you had a lot of 8s in your numerology. 8 is about achievement through struggle. You know, things are won through hard work. And 9 is the number of completion, because we only have the digits from 1 to 9. And then we get to 10, which is really 1 plus 0, which brings us back to 1. So then we have a page, which is the young adolescent energy. Some decks make it male and female. It is an energy called puer, or to do the female version, puella. And it is the eternal boy or the eternal girl. Jungian writers talk a lot about that. The knight is the early adult, so expressing that energy in masculine energy, forceful energy, early adulthood. Then we have the queen, which represents the mature feminine, and then we have the king that represents the masculine, mature masculine. So that is the anima and the animus. So here we go. Here are the pentacles. And the pentacles are discs, and they're always about manifestation in the physical plane. So the first one, which is an ace, and it's always this hand bringing a gift, it's new beginnings of physical manifestation. So when the Ace of Pentacles shows up, something new is about to manifest. Then we get to the 2, which is about balancing the opposites. So this may mean that you're trying to balance 2 jobs, 2 relationships, 2 areas of interest. 3 is things coming into synthesis. So here's the craftsman bringing their work into the world in the form of masons, and demonstrating that brought together. Then we have the 4 of discs or pentacles, control, stability, security, possession, conservatism. This card sometimes is about miserliness, you know, holding on to everything very tightly. The next card, 5, isolation, insecurity, worry, financial loss, and poverty. The most important thing is to realize that these beggars need to turn and look at the lighted window, because the lighted window offers all the hope. So that's the 5 of Pentacles. 6 is giving generously from what you have, and once again, that is how the number 6 is played out. 7 is waiting, and when I first started reading cards, I couldn't get my mother's voice out of my head, so I used a different deck that was very radically different than this deck. The Mother Peace cards, they're round, and the symbol for this was a pregnant woman and tending a garden full of pumpkins. So it was very much waiting for the fruits of your labors. 7 or 8 is apprenticeship, education. So once again, through hard work, demonstrating manifestation. 9 is having arrived. Gratitude, luxury, self-sufficiency, culmination. The woman in her walled garden, having arrived and having an abundant life. 10 is very much abundance, wealth, inheritance, family, establishment, retirement. You see not only, you know, the man and the woman and the children and the animals, and all is really, really well in the kingdom. The page is open to new knowledge, experience, and new skills. So starting off, oh, Sherry, great to see you.
Yeah, I apologize.
No worries. I screwed up and some people were lost, so I'm glad you weren't lost. The Knight of Pentacles is called the Builder, and he learns well and realistically from physical experiences. The Queen is the Provider. So she knows how to create and maintain personal security. She knows how to manifest in the world and show others how to do it. And the King is the Producer. He's good at ordering up, taking charge, manifesting, and releasing earthly things. So this is a practical man demonstrating that ability in the real world. So now we go to the emotional plane. Cups, all about emotion. So we start with the Ace of Cups, and that's the beginning of a journey of love for either another person, a creative endeavor, or your inner self. It is the overflowing cup. So it is abundance of all positive emotions. And you'll see it has a lot of symbolism. It has the dove, the Eucharist. This is actually an image for the Holy Grail. So powerful image. The two is once again masculine and feminine in balance, deep healing union. You also see that it has the caduceus wrapping around, the snake wrapping around the symbol for medicine, or for Hermes, actually. And that is, no, for Asclepius. Sorry, wrong god. In Eastern energy systems, this is the Ida and Pingala. So the two energies that come up the central channel along the spine in the energy body. Then we have a wonderful card, Joy, Bliss, Synthesis, Harmony, the Great Celebration, things coming together in the Three of Cups. The Four of Cups is telling us to sit still and be quiet and trust. You've already received the Three Cups, and you can trust that you will receive. The fifth card, if you work with these cards a lot, you will have cards that are your friends, cards that show up consistently in your readings and represent energy for you. And this card happens to be one that shows up a lot for me. So the learning is dwelling on things already lost, the spilled cups, and not seeing that there are two full cups behind you. So turning your back on what's full. Six is a card that I hope sometime I really understand what it means. It always just reminds me of my brother. And that's one of the meanings. Love, loyalty could mean somebody special from the past is here to help. But that's the energy it has for me of that kind of loving gift. And then Seven of Cups is all about illusions. So you see in what's in the cups is the seductions of fame and glamour and money and all of that, but they're illusions. So having an abundance of illusion, but not a lot of clarity about what is real. And then we have, sit down, 7 is walking away from emotional attachments, going it alone. This is a positive card. It means really turning your back on what is to seek out what more you want or need. This card of completion is the 9 of Cups. The master with all his cups in a row. There's a certain amount of self-satisfaction there. And it may even go over into gloating. And then we have the wonderful rainbow of abundance in all things. Transformation, abundance, success, 10 of Cups. And now we're to the court cards. The page is the dreamer. Those waters are the psychic waters. So he brings messages from psychic realm, dreams, and emotions. And the lover is the romantic idealist, the one who gets on. And now this is really the image of seeking the Holy Grail. So he's a Grail Knight, and that's what the tales of Arthur and the Round Table were really about, the Grail Knights. So he's going off on a quest, following dreams, visions, and ideals. Then we have the Queen of Cups, a very emotional, intuitive being. Channels feelings, the listener channels feelings, emotions, desires, dreams, and inner visions. And then the King is also a master of the emotional roller coaster of life. He's one that wants to keep everyone happy and keep everything harmonious. So now we get to the mental plane, which is the suit of air. And I love this Ace of Swords, because when that shows up, you're going to get clear. You're going to get a lot of clarity. It's that upright sword saying, we're going to cut through everything that is not real, everything that is not truthful, and get down to what is important. Equanimity is the blindfolded woman holding the two swords, which represent two choices, two issues, and she is sitting until they get resolved, sitting quietly. Another card that showed up a lot for me is the Three of Hearts. This is the pierced heart. And there's a saying that says, you know, the heart that has not been pierced is not open to fully feeling. So being able to have that as a gift of great feeling. 4, rest, retreat, or recovery. This is when it's time to be silent and still. And just as with the Four of Cups and all the other fours, let things be worked out. Kind of let it go for a bit. 5, another conflict and struggle card, a lot of chaos. An empty victory that came from using unfair means, a need to give up fighting a situation, accepting limits, and moving in a new direction. Then we have the 6, and if you remember, the 6 is about service and generosity and help. This is actually from the Grail mystery. This is Joseph of Arimathea ferrying Mary Magdalene and the infant child across the waters to safety. So this is about leaving Jerusalem and going to eventually to Ireland. They went first to the south of France and where the Cathars were, and then to Ireland. So there's a whole bunch of mysteries around that. The next one is sneaky, winning through manipulation. And you know, the upside of it is being able to plan and create strategies. The downside is using an indirect method rather than a direct method. We get to the 8, bounded by mental obstructions. She's waiting to be rescued and fenced in by her own beliefs. So those are the swords that are fencing her in. Another card I've seen a lot is 9. And this is waking from a nightmare. All is actually really well, but it's a nightmare based on regret, remorse, and whatever other demons there are. So then 10, when you get a 10 of swords, it really means something that's gone as far as it can. It simply cannot go any farther. So it's time to let go. When I'm asking for direction and I get that card, I know exactly what it means. So now we're back to the court cards. We have the Page of Swords, who's open to justice and truth and cutting through, just as we saw before. And again, cutting through cloudy thought to get to the truth of the matter. Now, the Knight of the Swords is more forceful. So he's focused on making a point, speaking out, assertive, courageous, but headstrong and impatient. So once he gets charging on that horse, can get carried away with the sheer force of will or focused thought. The Queen of Swords is known for being able to cut through whatever is confusing a situation. So love of ideas, able to speak on the behalf of others, intelligent and self-reliant, usually fair, but can be vindictive. Then we have the King of Swords, intellect, analysis of abstract thought, masterful analysis. So sometimes the King of Swords can represent a keen intellect that is cut off from feelings. So that takes us to the last one, which is Wands. So we have the Ace of Wands, a gift from spirit, rising up from within, the dawning of desire, passion, enthusiasm, or creativity. The Two of Wands is moving forward in a new direction from a position of full power and dominion and balance. He's holding the world in his hands. He's looking out over his kingdom. 3 of Wands, the ability to envision possibilities, often long before they become established realities. So this is looking and seeing his ship sailing off and knowing that manifestation will come. 4 is the sense of completion that comes when we're celebrating that everything came together and it's all wonderful. 5 is another conflict and struggle where we're testing ideas through conflicts, disagreements, frustration, or anxiety. And then 6 is wearing the laurel wreath, riding in triumphantly, a major breakthrough in thought or creativity. 7 is the willingness to take risks for spiritual growth. Holding your own in a fight is what it really is. Being able to, it's hard, but you're holding your own. My mother always said about the 8, it means messages to you, and it means something is beginning to happen. You're receiving messages, energy is coming in. 9 is an overcoming card, that you have faced your greatest fears, and you faced them with the strength of purpose and wisdom and you get wisdom and discipline from this experience. So kind of battered and bandaged, but still in the fight. Then we have 10, and 10 is about perseverance of meeting a goal, but it can feel like a burden. And we had some nice conversation about that Sunday. Developing a sense of personal responsibility for the burden. Page of Wands, open to new directions for growth and self-development, a new attitude about a thought or situation. The Knight of Wands, once again, riding off with that wand energy, deep spiritual passion to release creativity and express it in the world, pursuing new ideas. The Queen of Wands, the seer, intensely individualistic, able to inspire individualism and confidence in others, gifted with a keen intuitive insight into the deeper meaning of things. And then the King of Wands is positive male power, establishment of the self, the ability to be yourself, creative and self-expressive. Okay, now we're going to do a reading. Everybody get a deck of cards? So you want to take your cards out, and if you're just taking them out for the first time, you want to shuffle them. And as you shuffle them, well, let's talk a little bit about, you're going to want to have an area where you can lay them out. And what we're going to do first is the Celtic cross, and then we're going to do a 12th house spread. And like all of our great sessions, people will get a chance to share. So can you see the cloth I'm holding up? Some decks come with a cloth that you can spread your cards on. But you want to have enough space to do this layout. And when we get to doing the actual reading, you want to shuffle your cards while thinking of a question. So the question comes up, what's a good question? You don't want a yes or no question. And I believe that the best thing, particularly seeing as we've got a full moon tomorrow morning, it's really good to ask a big question. One of my favorite questions to ask is, what matters now? Or what should I be paying attention to? Or what's important right now? And if you want to narrow it down to say, what's important in my work life, what's important in my personal life, you can. But I like to have just kind of a big reading that says, what should I be paying attention to? And let that be the framework. So as you shuffle your cards, just hold that question in mind. And let me walk you through a couple of things before we do that. This part was easier to do with people here. And Penelope is making my posters move. I'll just get them out of the way. So normally what we do is we shuffle the cards 4 times, and then we take the deck of cards and we cut the cards using our left hand toward the left 3 times, which gives you 3 piles of cards. Then you use your right hand. So the left hand's intuition, the right hand's will. You take your right hand to pick up whatever stack you want to pick up as the stack you're going to read from, and then put the other 2 stacks underneath it. So let's everybody get to that place, and we'll talk about laying out the cards. So shuffle your cards while thinking of the question you want to ask, and you don't have to tell anybody what the question is. And then cut your deck with your left hand 3 times to the left and pick up the stack you're going to work with your right hand.
Pamela, do you cut it into 3 piles, or do you cut it 3 times? So you have 4 piles.
You cut it 2 times, you have 3 piles.
Okay.
Thank you. And then pick it up with your right hand.
With your right hand.
You're going to work from. Okay.
Yeah.
But you put it with the other ones too, though, right?
Yeah. Just stack them up because you might use more cards than you have in that first pile.
Okay.
Okay, so everybody see what the spread looks like? You ready to lay out your cards? All the cards go face down. So the first card you're going to lay out is where that 1 is. It's the upright vertical card, and you lay it face down. This is what covers you. So we're just going to lay them all down, and then we'll come back and talk about them. So lay down your first card. Lay down your second card, which is what crosses you. Then the third card is what is above you. The fourth card is what is below you. The fifth card is what lies behind you. The sixth card is what lies before you. So for those of you who are used to making the sign of the cross, that's exactly what it is. Up, down, left, right. So then the bottom card is 7, your self-concept. Then put a card above it, which is 8, your environment. And then 9 is hopes and fears, and 10 is the outcome. So did everybody have their 10 cards laid out? Give me some yes, 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 yes. We're all good. Great. Okay, let's turn over what covers you. So this is just kind of the general atmosphere surrounding you. What do we have? Look it up in your sheet. You have what?
Ace of Cups.
Ace of Cups. Okay. Lots of love showing up.
Is there?
Yep. Now, it may be love for yourself. It may be love for your new self.
That's
Lot of
not.
love. Yeah. What else do we have?
I have the world.
Oh, well, that's only fabulous. Vicki?
10 of Cups.
10 of Cups. Oh, that is wholehearted abundance. All right.
Great.
Lisa? You can show it to me if you... Okay.
Oh, I have the, what is that? The 4 of Swords?
4 of Swords? Okay.
Yes, that guy.
That guy. So some retreat and contemplating. All right. Mary Ellen?
The Page of Pentacles.
Ah, some concrete new beginnings.
Yeah.
And Catherine, are you the reader?
Yes, I have the Knight of Swords.
Ta-da! Are you ready for a quest?
Hopefully.
Hopefully. Okay, so now let's look at what crosses you. So what crosses you can be an obstacle, or it can just be something you don't know what to do with. So it's something that's befuddling you. So what do we have crossing? Interesting. Interesting. 10 of Cups, Jessica.
What's that?
Yeah, you might need to sit with that one. At the end, we're going to take a photo of the
Daddy, I'm on the phone.
camera. So who else?
I don't know what this is because it doesn't say.
Oh, look at the top. It's the 7 of Cups.
Oh, where's the cup?
The cups are those gold things.
I see. Okay.
Okay, so the 7 of Cups is turning his back on the cups and going in a new direction. Mary Ellen?
I think is this the 2 of Pentacles?
It sure is. It sure is. It's balancing 2 things in the world. You kind of smiled when I talked about that before.
Yeah.
All right.
I have a quick question.
Yep.
So 10 of Cups, it says completion, success, master, which there is relevance to my question, but is that the interpretation that I would take right now?
Yes, it's the fullness of all things
Okay.
emotionally. Fullness of all things emotionally. Sometimes we just really have to sit with these before they reveal. Who hasn't said what they got yet?
I have a 5 of Swords.
5 of Swords. Show me the picture, please.
So I have the 5 of Swords as what crosses me, and the 4 of Swords is what covers me.
So everything so far is going around in the mental realm. So that would say that there's been a certain amount of wrestling going on in the mental realm. Vicki?
Page of Cups.
Okay, so that youthful emotional energy. So we'll have to just see what's going on with that. So let's go to what's above you, because that's kind of what you're holding in your consciousness, you know, what you might be channeling about this, what you're thinking about. Oh, we get some laughter. What do we have?
6 of Swords.
More, you're just not getting away from that. Either that or you just didn't shuffle well. So you'll learn because you'll do more readings.
Right.
Okay, Mary Ellen, I saw you ready to...
I have your favorite 3 of Swords.
The pierced heart. So that's what might have been thinking about.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, that's pretty stable financially.
Yeah.
You know, kind of holding on to things. All right, Catherine?
The 7 of Cups.
Okay, so that, Sherry, you just had that one, I think, earlier. That's the walking away from? Yeah. And what do you have for what's above you?
I have judgment. Judgment.
Judgment, okay. So that's a major arcana. Whenever those show up, they're heavier. So it's more intense energy. Okay. So you might have been thinking about some pretty heavy things because that's what's in your consciousness. Now let's go to what's below you. That's the root of the question that you just asked.
The root.
The root. What's really going on at depth?
Well, what's the one that lies above you? I mean,
that's kind of what you're generally thinking about. You know, what's in your consciousness. That's what your conscious mind knows about the question. The root is what the depth of the question is.
Okay, I have a reversed High Priestess.
Okay, we're going to unreverse it.
Okay.
Okay, well, that's all about intuition.
I love all the kids coming in the room.
We're doing a family reading. All right. Everybody has their own challenges in their living situation. I have to deal with cats crawling over me.
That's right. I have a bunch of middle school boys.
I don't know which is easier. I think it's about equal. So Mary Ellen, this is the High Priestess. I want that's that deep intuitive knowing and that feminine wisdom that's at the root of your question.
Mm-hmm.
So what are some other roots?
I have King of Swords.
Ba-bam. All right. He's going to cut through some things with masculine force. So that's at the root of this.
I have the Empress.
Oh, that is a lovely card. So at the root of that is kind of a richness of feminine manifestation. It's what brings the earth alive. It's the fullness of the garden and the season of summer. It's really rich. Vicki, did you tell me what you had for your root?
7 of Cups.
7 of Cups. Okay, so some choices and some maybe illusions. And I know you were trying to make some decisions about what you were going to do and moving forward.
Yeah.
And it's really much that card is right on. Jessica,
yeah, I think it is.
10 of Wands.
10 of Wands. Okay, that's a lovely triumphant card.
Yeah.
In spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Lisa, what'd you have?
Oh, the 7 of Swords.
Oh, right.
So,
Right. You're just continuing your swords. We're going to see what comes up in your 12th house reading and see if
Yes.
it's just a shuffling.
Yes.
All right. Are we ready to go to what lies behind you? So this is your recent past. So what's moving away from you is another way to talk about it.
I think I just didn't shuffle very well.
So I have judgment.
Okay. All right.
I wish I had that one.
Oh, instead of where it is in your conscious mind. Yeah, you've got judgment, but just in a different place. Okay, once again, High Priestess and Judgment are major arcana, so they're weightier. What else do we have?
8 of Pentacles.
8 of Pentacles. Can you show it to me so I can? Okay, so that's somebody that's good at what they're doing and they're working hard at their trade. So that's what's behind you. Jessica?
Queen of Cups.
King of Cups. All right. Oh, Queen of Cups. Oh my, that's quite lovely. I think a Queen of Cups might have gotten you where you are today.
Is that the visionary one? Is
The
that like-
seer, the seer. Yes.
Yeah.
Very intuitive, very, yeah.
Manifesting, maybe?
No, not so much. All right, who haven't we heard from?
I have 10 of Cups.
10 of Cups. Okay, that's a great card, full of abundance. Just in your recent past.
Oh, that's what that is. So, oh, I thought that was what you're moving away from.
Yeah, what's your recent past? What's going away? What is going away? Now we're going to go to what lies before you, which is what's coming in. It's the near future.
I have aces of pentacles.
Okay, so solid manifestation coming in. I know you've been thinking about some things there and working on it. Yep. Lisa?
Oh, I have the 2 of Swords.
You're just going to have to shuffle better.
I am.
Okay.
It's true.
We're going to hold that as the intention for this reading, that it's not all those swords. Although, what I know about you, you're an intelligence type, right?
I am.
Yeah, the swords are your card. So there may be considerable truth in this.
Yeah. So I basically need to leave behind things that I do well to go sit and, between 2 different choices.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's coming up. I think that's coming up in R3.
Right.
Sherry, what do you have?
Page of Cups.
Okay, nice. Who haven't we heard from?
Me.
All right. What do we have, Carolyn?
I have the 4 of Cups.
The 4 of Cups. Would you show me the picture? I do really better with the pictures. Okay, so you're interesting. So you're having to sit quietly and trust that something will come to you, and this is emotional. So it's not about concrete gifts, but you're waiting for that gift of emotion. All right, do we hear everybody?
Mm-hmm.
6 of Wands.
6 of Wands. Okay, would you show me the card?
Oh, sorry.
Okay, we have another triumphant. So I think Jessica had that.
I had Knight of Cups.
Knight of Cups. All right, off on an idealistic quest. All right. So now we're going to move to the column and go to the lowest one, which is your self-concept. All right, what'd you get?
The Empress.
The Empress. Ta-da! So you've got a High Priestess and an Empress and Judgment. You got some energy going on there. All right, what else do we have as
I don't
self-concept?
think I'm going to tell mine.
Oh, what is it, death or devil?
I'm not sure what she is, but it's 8 of, she's all tied up.
Oh, show it to me. Is it the swords?
Wait.
Yeah, she feels bound. She feels that she needs someone to rescue her. She feels like she can't get out of her self-imposed prison, mental prison.
Yep.
Okay, what else do we have for self-concept?
2
Oh,
of Cups.
how lovely. How lovely. Yeah, some reconciliation of masculine and feminine energies and healing. Okay.
Four of Wands.
Four of Wands. All right. You finally get a wand. Hey. Four of Wands is a celebration. It's quite lovely. So what you're thinking about yourself is great. Yeah, yeah. All right. Did I hear everybody?
I have the Knight of Cups.
The Knight of Cups. All right. You've got some questing going on. You have at least two knights, right?
Yes.
And this one is on the idealistic quest. Jessica has the Knight as well in another place in a reading. All right. Now we're going to go to 8, which is your environment. And it is, it can be your family, it can be your friends, it can be your work associates. It's really the people in your life and their opinion of you. So another way to say it is how others are seeing you.
Huh.
So we've got how you see yourself and now how others are seeing you. Oh, holding your own in a fight there, Vicki.
That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, it is.
Not sure what this is.
Oh, this one has shown up for a couple people. This is sitting and trusting that the gift will come.
Ah.
Sitting quietly in contemplation.
Ace of Pentacles.
I'm not happy about this one either.
Oh, that's going to be a concrete gift. Ace of Pentacles. All right, Sherry, what do you got? Turn it the other way so I can see it. Oh, yeah, another one of my favorites.
9.
Remorse, regret. But remember, this is how others are seeing you.
So what is it?
They could see you waking up for a nightmare, grief, loss, remorse, regret.
I have Page of Pentacles.
Okay, so that's, I can imagine from what I know of you, Jessica, that people are seeing you as youthful manifestation. You do a lot of things in the world, particularly with your groups that you've formed in the summer.
Yeah.
Your leagues and all of that. So that would be great Page of Pentacles energy. So I can see how people would see you that way. All right, Lisa, what'd you get?
Oh, I got the Five of Wands. So I guess other people see me as, disagreement and conflict.
Yeah, you're handling conflict and willing to get into it, willing to engage it. It's about struggle, but in a positive sense, to work things out through conflicting ideas. Okay. Caroline, did we get yours? All right, are you ready for hopes and fears?
Yep. Diving in.
What, Jessica?
I said I'm diving in.
Oh, you're diving in. Hopes and fears.
I got the Emperor.
Oh, Well, the Emperor is all about stability. It's about authority. It's about holding your own, taking a strong stance, being seen as a power in the world.
Mm-hmm. This all relates to my question.
Okay, super, super. All right, what else do we have?
I have the Fool.
Okay, yeah, you may have not been on the call when I said what the Fool really is about. It's about beginnings. It's about leap of faith. It's about new beginnings. It's about just going off the cliff, trusting that you will be sustained. So I can definitely see how that could be a hope and fear.
Yep.
All right, what else do we have?
I have Knight of Cups.
For your hopes and fears?
Yes.
Okay, what was the one you just had for the Fool?
You mean?
Yeah, what position was the Fool in?
I didn't have the Fool.
Oh, I thought you said the Fool. Okay, sorry.
You mean the one before I had the 9 of Swords?
Right, that was your environment though, right?
Right.
Hopes and fears is?
Knight of Cups.
Okay, that's the quest. That's the going on a quest of great passion. The romantic idealist. Mary Ellen, what'd you have?
The Fool.
Oh, you had the Fool. Okay, I knew I heard the Fool. Okay, that makes even more sense now. All right, what else do we have?
A Queen of Swords.
7 of Swords. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry.
Queen of Swords. Okay, so that's about wielding your mental authority. So as a young woman, I can imagine that that would be a hope and fear, because it's a very strong feminine power. For those of you who know Noelle, at our coach training, I gave her that card. I made a graphic and gave it to her because it really was an energy she embodied. So, and somebody else was saying what they had?
Oh, 7 of Swords.
7 of Swords, Vicky. Okay, 7 of Swords is the sneaky one, or the using an indirect way? I gotta hold up the picture so I can see it, please. Yeah, that's using manipulation to achieve your results rather than being direct. All right, are you ready for the outcome?
Wait. I got the 6 of Wands.
You got the 6 of Wands. Show me the picture, please. Oh, well, that's great. Hopes and fears. So you've got a hope and fear around this great victory.
Hooray!
Yeah.
I'll take hope for 200, Alex.
All right, you got it. So let's go to 10. The final outcome.
To the question, right?
Okay, look at that. The woman in her garden, all things abundant, Lisa.
Hooray! Look at that.
Nice outcome.
Yeah, I'm going to go with those hopes.
Yeah. Let's see some other cards here. Okay,
8 of
messages to you.
Wands.
Yep. Vicky, I want you to draw some more cards until you get to a major arcana,
Okay.
because that's not a completion. So, my training is we only have a final outcome when we get to a major arcana. So if we
I
don't,
did have one for what lies above. Do you need one in the column?
no, in the 10. We need it in the 10.
Oh, I have Temperance for number 3.
No, you need to draw it for the 10 position.
Oh.
Okay, so if the card you drew for the 10 position isn't a major arcana,
I see what you're saying. Okay.
then the reading has not come to a final conclusion.
The next card is
Okay, so that's your
Chariot?
outcome, the Chariot. That's your outcome.
Okay.
And everybody else do the same thing. Did you follow what I was saying?
Yeah.
Is you keep pulling cards from the way you had the stack set up until you come to a major arcana. And the cards in between your number 10 and the major arcana are what's still has to happen.
So those cards that
okay.
matter also.
They matter also. So they're part of the story between where we are now and the final outcome. So Vicky, you only had one more card between you and the Chariot?
It was the next top.
It was the next card. So that's really your outcome.
Okay.
What's everybody else got?
I have the Devil.
Okay, is that your final card? How many cards were in between it?
No, my final card made a lot of sense, actually. It was the 2 of Pentacles.
It does make a lot of sense, yes.
And then, so I did what you said, and I got the Devil, and now I'm confused.
Okay, so that's also a joining. That's a joining of masculine and feminine, but that's the desire nature and in being in bondage to the desire nature. Yeah, contemplate that. Mary Ellen?
I had the 9 of Pentacles followed by the Wheel of Fortune.
Okay, so that's your final outcome.
Mm-hmm.
And 9 of Pentacles is, a really good card for manifestation. Mm-hmm. And then the Wheel of Fortune is what comes, will go. Life goes around. Mm-hmm. Sherry, what'd you have?
10 of Swords.
And then what comes after that when you draw a card?
Oh, I'm supposed to take one more?
Yeah, until you come to a major arcana. What's that one?
I've already had a major arcana, but just keep pulling?
You didn't have a major arcana in 10.
In the 10.
Oh, okay, so just keep going until I get a major arcana. Okay.
Yeah.
So a page, okay, so. Okay. a major arcana is one that just doesn't have a number, right?
No, it has a number and it has a name, like the Empress, the High Priestess,
Okay.
but it's not a court card.
The High Priestess.
Okay, so that's your real outcome. But the cards you pulled after 10 are everything that still has to happen between you and that outcome. So it's a timeline and a story. What's in between? Okay.
So what's the final one
It's
again?
about intuition and really living in that intuitive realm, that feminine consciousness. Okay. Did I hear from everybody?
No, I first got the 10 of Wands and then I got Justice.
Okay, so Justice is your outcome?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's an interesting card. It's all about balance, finding balance. 10 of Wands is a great card, but it's got a sense of burden to it. And then Justice. So these are serious matters. You know, the question you asked would be about some serious things. I don't have to know what the question is to know. You had a lot of cups in the beginning, but now this is getting kind of serious. That and the Queen of Swords. All right. What I want you to do
I
is...
have a question, Pamela. I'm sorry. Yeah. So the Nine of Pentacles is not a major arcana then?
No.
Okay.
No. What's the next card you pulled?
Well, I mean, I didn't shuffle well. So 10 of Pentacles, a Page of Pentacles, a Knight of Pentacles, and then we're going to go to the Magician.
Okay, so that's your final outcome.
Okay.
Magician uses focused will to make things happen. It's a lovely card, particularly for intelligence. It just really means bringing it down through focused will and intention. But you've got a number of things to go through before that happens.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah. So everybody get their phone and take a picture. You always want to take a picture of your reading. So if we need to take a few minutes to get phones to do that.
Can you tell me one more time, what is in the High Priestess, that's a major arcana?
Yep.
And so...
In one of the sheets, you'll see what I wrote about it.
I'm confused about what the other one was, the other outcome ones.
Well, the other outcome, when it's a minor arcana, it's just kind of an event, but it's not the completion. When you get your major arcana, that's a completion. It's just stronger energy.
Okay.
It's like a weekday versus a weekend or something like that.
Okay.
It's like every day versus a full moon.
Okay.
Okay, so take a picture, always record your readings. I take a picture, I print it and put it in my journal. That's what I do. And I've done it for a lot of years. So once you have that picture taken, put all your cards together and start shuffling. Because we're going to do a 12-card layout, so a 12-house layout. And for those of you who are in astrology, the last time we talked a lot about the houses and you know, the whole sense of the astrological cycle. So this is a way to tie tarot to that. So when you shuffle your cards, just kind of think about your life right here, right now. Because a 12-house reading is kind of a state of where I am right now in all areas of my life. So focus your energy, shuffle well. Hi, everybody. So, and do the same thing after you've shuffled. Cut twice to make 3 piles, moving to the left with your left hand, and then pick up the one you want using your right hand and stack them. You're wheezy. I think I have to take you to the vet. All right. Are we shuffled and cut? All right. So can you still see the graphic of how we're going to do this layout?
Yeah.
We start at the lower left and go toward the right through the first house, second house, third house, fourth house, fifth house, sixth house. The 7th house is right above the 6th. 8th, 9th, and so we go back toward the left with a card on top of each card. So lay out your 12 cards and then a 13th card above. And once again, face down. You silly boy. You silly boy.
Just left to right, right? Pamela?
And this is about,
Yes, left to right and then right to left for the top row. The
and this
top
is
row
where
goes
we
the
are.
opposite way. The bottom row goes left to right, and then the top row goes right to left. So 1 to 6 is the bottom row. 7 is right above 6. 8 is above 5. 9 is above 4. 10 is above 3. 11 is above 2. 12 is above 1. Everybody got that?
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So if you look at the picture, just to orient once again, this is the 12 astrological houses. So the first quadrant where we're going to start is yourself in relationship to yourself. So this is what is called below the horizon. It is subjective and the unconscious mind. So let's turn over the first house, which is Aries, and represents you, the questioner, because the first house is always about you.
So which way do you turn that over? Do you turn it over, this way, or do you turn it over this way?
It doesn't matter because we're going to make everything upright, but thank you for asking, Lisa. So make all your cards, whatever way they come up, turn up upright.
Doesn't matter which hand you turn it with.
Nope, probably does, but it wasn't in my training. All right, so what do we have for first house?
I have
Queen of Swords.
King of Swords, powerful mental.
Queen. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Queen.
Queen, all right. Excellent. Let's see some other ones.
the World.
The World, who has the World?
I do. Mary Ellen.
Oh, great. And so you have the 6 of Pentacles, Jessica?
Yeah.
What else do we have?
I have the 2 of, I'm not sure what this is.
2 of Pentacles. So it is balancing 2 things in the world. You had the 4 of Pentacles?
4 of Pentacles.
Okay. So that's very stable, very solid in the material manifestation world. All right. Vicki, what'd you have? Did I hear you?
Queen of Swords.
Queen of Swords, I did hear.
Yep.
Mary Ellen, what'd you have?
The World.
The World, okay. All right, that's pretty good. You think the world of yourself, eh?
Yeah.
All right. So the second house is, remember, that is finances, personal finances, what is being sought. So second house. Turn it over. What do we got?
Mhm.
I have a scary one.
Who has a scary one?
I do.
Okay, show me your scary one. Ah, the woman who feels bound and needs to be rescued. That's what she thinks. She's limited by her own mental construction in the area of finances, personal finances. Okay, Sherry, what do you have? You want to show me the card?
Page of Swords.
Okay, so that is youthful energy, mental energy. Okay. Mary Ellen?
7 of Pentacles.
7 of Pentacles, you want to show me? Oh, waiting the harvest, waiting for,
You see that? Yeah, there we
yes, waiting for things to come. So in your house of finances, you're waiting for manifestation.
go. Mhm.
Okay.
The 8 of Pentacles.
8 of Pentacles. So in your house of manifestation, your house of finances, you're somebody who is good at her craft and working on her craft. All right. Anybody else?
I have the Ten of
7
Swords.
of
10 of
Wands.
Swords. You and your swords there. 10 of Swords. Yep. And who else just spoke? I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. 7 of Wands. Yeah, 7.
Okay. All right. Holding it with you. That's the second time you've had that card. Holding
Mhm.
your own in a fight. And this is in the arena of finances. All right. So we go to the third house. This is how the intellect is working. This is your lower mind. This is kind of your rational, everyday mind. So what do we have there?
I have the King of Cups.
King of Cups. Well, that's got to do with a lot of pleasing and emotion, and it's not really a mental card. So maybe in your lower mind, rather than your mind, sometimes what's going on is wanting to keep everyone happy.
I don't think so.
Okay. Sit with it. Sit with it. Sit with it and let it tell you. All right. Oh, okay. Seeing the possibilities in everything, Jessica. In your lower mind, seeing lots of possibilities.
I got the Page of Wands.
The Page of Wands. Okay, so that's a new inspiration or a new creative. So in your mind, that's a new creative thought. Sherry, would you show me?
Yeah, I don't know what this one is.
That's a wonderful celebration of achievement. So it's rejoicing in something being achieved.
What is it? The 4 of?
Wands.
Oh,
Those are
wow.
called staves or wands. And that is fire and it's spirit. So wands are always spirit. Cups are always emotion. Swords are always mental. And discs or pentacles are always concrete manifestation. It's earth.
And this is spirit.
Spirit. Yep. Okay, we got everybody?
No, I have the Queen of Wands.
Oh, that's lovely. That's the seer, the great inspiration. Yeah. So
I have the 3 of Wands.
3 of Wands, and the 3 of Wands. What does it look like, Mary Ellen?
Oops. Let's see how we can get the light there. Sorry.
3 of Wands. 3 of Wands. Let me visualize that.
There we go. I got it.
Okay, that's like Jessica. Jessica just had that card and yeah. Okay, so that's seeing all kinds of possibilities, even where others cannot. All right, so now we're moving out of self.
Can I ask again, what are we doing? This is all about?
This is an entire reading for you in all areas of your life, because each house represents a different area of your life. This is a reading that I used to do monthly. So on either the new moon or the full moon, I would lay out the spread for the month. And I would meditate on the card for 2.5 days, because that's how long it takes the moon to move through each house. So, and I would journal the inspiration I got from meditating. So this is a lunar cycle, and it's all areas of your life, because the houses are the complete zodiac and represent all areas of your life. So we've just come out of the self in relationship to self. Now we're going to self in relation to other. So the 4th house, which is the first house in this quadrant, is about family or home or the foundation. So turn over your 4th card.
Okay, I've got the King of Swords.
Okay, that would be a certain amount of power and authority being manifested in your home. Now, it may be that you're being called on to make decisions too, and needing to be that King of Swords.
Right.
I can think of some of the things we've talked about that might resonate with.
Mm-hmm.
Jessica, you showed me yours and I didn't see it.
I have the
Oh, the star. Oh, how wonderful. That's just blessing. That's a very feminine card, and the flowing of intuition and spirit. It's really the flowing of spirit and trusting that spirit will give you all that you need and flow in. You see how she's dipping from the waters
yeah.
that are always renewed. So that's your home or foundation. It's a lovely card for home or foundation.
I got Wheel of Fortune.
You've got Wheel of Fortune. Is that the card you're showing me?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yep. That's
Oh,
what it
Vicky,
says.
I'm sorry. I'm not looking at you, Vicky. I'm looking at Caroline.
Oh.
Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so in the home, things come and things go. We go on vacation, we come home. School starts, school ends. Okay, so it's very much the ebb and flow.
That's very true right now.
What's this card, Carolyn?
I have the Queen of Pentacles.
Queen of Pentacles. So she's really good at helping people find their power and manifest in the world. And she has that. Lisa, what'd you have? Show me what you have for 4.
I have the Ace of Wands.
Oh, okay. So there's going to be some real inspiration going on at home. So it's a gift of spirit. It's a gift of enthusiasm and expressive spirit in your home or your foundation. Okay.
So I have Queen of Cups.
Queen of Cups. So that is a full-hearted female, abundance of emotion in your home. It's the feminine of emotion. Cups is always emotion, and it's the mature feminine of emotion. All right. So we are ready to move on to 5, which is 5th house is the personality. Is ruled by Leo. Anything you know about Leo is pretty strong sense of self. It is the 5th house is romance, creativity, and your personality. So what do we have? Let's see some cards here.
I'm not sure which one I have.
So hold it up and I will. Okay, that's the 3 of Pentacles, Jessica.
Okay.
3 of Pentacles is about, once again, manifestation. It's the synthesis of achievement. It's the good work that they have done, and they're admiring their good work in the church, the cathedral they've built.
I got the 10 of Swords.
Yeah. Something about your 5th house has come as far as it can.
What about my 5th house? Is coming
Yeah.
first.
So if it's around personality, that might be something to think about.
I have Knight of Swords.
Okay, he's charging off on a quest. Okay, with great passion, with great mental force. It's not the spiritual quest of the wands or the romantic idealist of the cups. It's more of a strong mental, I don't want to say obsession, but I can't find the right word.
How's it related to personality?
Well, you might have to ask how you are being that Knight of Swords in your relationships with others.
Okay.
Mary Ellen?
I have the Queen of Cups.
Okay, all right. So I think that falls under charm. Actually, charm is really Page of Cups. Okay.
I have the 5
Okay, so this is the one
of
about
cups.
About you focusing on the spilled cups and not looking at the full cups that are behind you.
Right.
Okay. Carolyn?
I have the 3 of Wands.
Okay, so that's about seeing possibilities, and he's looking out, he's sending his ships out and trusting that they will come back full. And so in that 5th house of creativity and self-expression, that's a very positive card that you're sending out that energy. Jessica, what did you have? Did I miss that?
I had I'll put it here.
Oh, right. Okay. I think I got everybody, right? All right, now we're going to go to the 6th house. So the 6th house is service, a sense of service, a sense of duty, past karma. It also can be health. So what do we have in the 6th house?
I have the Hanged Man.
Oh my. Sorry. Didn't mean to laugh. Really shouldn't. It just means you're being asked to surrender in the house of service. And trust. Trust that if you hang on the tree for 3 days and 3 nights, you will get what you need. All right, who else?
6 of Swords.
6 of Swords. Can you hold it up, Lisa, so I can see it? Okay, that's the wonderful journey. So something of you're being asked maybe to be of service, or someone will be of service to you to help you journey across the waters to find something new, to find refuge. Okay, some other cards. Sherry?
7 of Cups.
7 of Cups. Is that the illusions? Yeah. Hold it up. Yeah, that's all the illusions. So, trying to sort out what is real and what is illusion. What do I really want? Okay, Vicky?
7 of Swords.
Okay, that guy's shown up for you before. I would pay attention. There's a lesson there. It's really about cautioning against manipulation, using mental trickery, strategies, indirect methods to achieve things. Now, given so much of your life has been in the what do we call that? Not the not-for-profit sector, which would be what the 6th house would be. So if we were going to tie that to a house, that would be service and duty. All right, but it may also tie to the 10th house, as we'll see, which is career and profession. All right, we're going to jump above the horizon now to the 7th house. So it's the one in the upper row on the right.
I got up and didn't realize we went to the next card. So,
Oh, okay.
I have, where is it? I have the 4 of Pentacles here.
Okay, yep, that's all. That one's shown up for you before. So if the cards show up in 2 readings, take them more seriously, because it means it's really a message that's coming in through both channels. So that was in the 6th house, Jessica?
Yes.
Okay, so pretty solid there in your service. You may find yourself wanting to stay more limited.
Yeah.
Okay, just to keep a solid base, and some might see you as being miserly. That's, being not willing to extend yourself as much as you once were. Okay.
All very true right now.
Yeah, I suspected it was. All right, I have inside information, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to the 7th house, which is right above the 6th.
The
Okay.
6th one. Pamela,
Yes?
I still have one for the 6th one. Sorry.
Oh, no, please show me, butt in all the time. Oh, the Ace of Wands. So you're on this expression roll. This is spirit. It's a gift of spirit, and it is a wonderful beginning of some creative inspiration. All right, right above that, we're going to 7, which is 7 is formal primary relationships. Marriage can be part of it. It's also formal contracts, business contracts. So it's in the manifested world because it's above the horizon, and it's ourself in relationship to others in the manifest world. So it could be employment contract. It could be a lot of things like that. So what do we have there?
I have the 10 of Wands.
10 of Wands. Okay, maybe some burden, a sense of personal responsibility. Okay, what else?
The Knight of Pentacles.
The Knight of Pentacles. All right, that is, on a material quest. So it's a very strong energy in manifesting concretely in the world. So in your relationships, marriage and work contracts, you should be very strong in your manifestation. Some other ones?
Six of Swords.
Show me that, Carolyn.
Page of Swords.
Page of Swords. Okay, so that's youthful expression of mental energy. So it's somebody who has a sense of what they think, but it's not as forceful as the knight or the king or the queen. Okay. Jessica, did you talk about what you have?
Six of Swords.
Six of Swords. All right. Well, that's, Joseph of Arimathea taking Mary Magdalene across the waters. So that's someone, you being of service to someone else or someone else being of service to you.
Okay.
Vicki?
Eight of Wands.
Okay, messages to you. So in your primary relationships and contracts, there's going to be new energy coming in.
Okay.
Sherry?
Seven of Swords.
Seven of Swords. You want to show it to me so I can? I'm all about the images. Oh, yes. So we've talked about that before. That's about using indirect methods to achieve results, perhaps manipulation.
So, okay.
In your primary relationships, your formal contracts, it could be work, it could be personal. All right, 8th house. This is other people's money. So it's 6 houses away from the 2nd house, which is your money and your relationship with money. This is your relationship with other people's money. It's often called inheritance, transformation, death, or rebirth. I told a little bit of this story the other night, and so I'll just tie it back because this is where astrology and tarot go together. So I have had Pluto transiting. Pluto is the planet that takes us into the hells. So it always means a journey where we're going to have to learn some hard things. And so Pluto transited my 7th house for 12 years, a very long time. And I knew this was coming, and because, my mother was an astrologer, my grandmother was an astrologer, I'm an astrologer, I knew it was going to be heavy. That was knowledge, but living it was something else. So I went through a divorce. And when it was going through my 6th house, I got very sick because it's the house of health. Then it went in the 7th house. I went through a divorce, and my contract with my publisher became very, very combative, and actually almost went away. It's been quite difficult ever since then. But because I knew that that was the 7th house, it was kind of predictable that Pluto would have an effect on both my work contracts and my formal relationship contracts. Pluto is now in my 8th house. And my 97-year-old father has a lot of money, and I'm the only family member that's a trustee. And I really feel the burden of that Pluto transiting my 8th house. So when we're looking at the 8th house, we're really looking at things like that. So let's turn over the card and see what you've got going on in your 8th house. It is the house of death and rebirth and the house of Scorpio.
I have the Four of Wands.
4 of Wands. Okay, that's pretty good there.
They
Mary
look
Ellen,
happy.
light energy there. The celebration.
Mm-hmm.
Who else?
I have the 5 of Pentacles.
The 5 of Pentacles.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this one means you need to look up and see the lighted windows. When you're feeling that there isn't any money, that you're beggars, you're being cast out in the cold, you need to look at the lighted windows and see spirit coming in.
Good, because I just asked for money and didn't get it.
I know. Yeah, under inheritance, right?
Yep.
Yep.
From
Okay.
an inheritance, yeah.
Yeah. Lisa?
I have the High Priestess.
Oh, interesting. So that's the very intuitive card. And once again, the houses that you have a major arcana are more significant in this reading. There's more happening in them, or something more intense is happening in them. Okay.
I also have a major arcana. I have
Oh,
the
you have the Magician.
Hierophant.
Oh, the Hierophant. Okay, so the Hierophant is actually represents formal religious authority and can represent formal rules or ways of doing things. If you think of it as the Pope or ecclesiastical authority.
Interesting.
Yes, yeah. So it's not the authority of the emperor, which is power in the world, but the authority. It's the difference between the church and the state. So the emperor is the power of the state, and the Hierophant is the church.
Interesting.
Okay.
I have King of Wands.
King of Wands. Sherry, that was you, King of Wands?
Yes.
All right. Well, that gives you great spiritual regeneration, because wands are all about spirit, and the king is the masterful masculine energy of that spiritual inspiration. All right, now we're going to go to the 9th house, and the 9th house is your higher mind. So.
Oh, Pamela,
Yep.
Jillian was running through. She says hello, by the way. In my 8th house, I have Page of Swords.
Okay, so that's some youthful mental energy taking action to cut through the cloudy thought. So around those things. So you might have to sit with that for a while to know what it means for you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Are we ready to go to 9th house? Higher mind. So 3rd house was lower mind, everyday mind, and this is philosophical mind, inspirational mind. So what do we have?
I have the 5 of Cups.
The 5 of Cups. All right. 5 of Cups is 3 cups and 2. Is that the 3 spilt and 2 full?
Yes.
Okay. So focusing on what is full and not what is empty.
Okay.
You know, what has been lost, you know, shifting the focus from what has been lost to what remains.
Okay.
I have the 8 of Wands.
8 of Wands, you want to show it to me? Holding, oh, messages to you. So that in your higher mind, you should be receiving a lot of inspiration.
I have the Emperor.
Okay, so you had the Hierophant, now you have the Emperor. Those are the 2 energies I was talking about.
Yeah.
This is very solid, stable, clear thinking in the higher mind. Authority in the manifest world, like the difference between the state and the church. I was saying this is the state. All right.
I have the 3 of Pentacles.
Okay, so this is feeling a sense of mastery in manifesting in the physical world. So it's the craftsmen who have built this cathedral and admiring their work and feeling good about what has been completed. Lisa?
Oh, I have the 5 or
Okay,
6
so
of.
somebody being very generous with their material resources. Okay, Sherry?
The Fool.
The Fool, okay. So this is in your higher mind. So that's what we call the beginner mind. You know how in Zen they talk about the beginner mind?
Mm-hmm.
And this is showing up for you as a new energy.
Huh.
Yeah. It's a new beginning. It's a wonderful, wonderful card to have there. Open to all things. All right, do we hear everybody's 9th house? Okay, 10th house, we're going to career or profession. So now we are self in relationship to service, meaning in the larger world.
Okay. I have the 7 of Pentacles.
7 of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles. Mental image, please come up.
There you go.
Uh,
He looks like a cobbler.
Oh,
Oh,
right,
wait.
That's the craftsman
Wait.
being good at his work.
Mhm.
So, yes. Or is the seven of pentacles, he's sitting on the
Oh, I'm
bed.
sorry. I'm 8 of Pentacles. Sorry.
No. Oh,
Yeah, seven of pentacles is waiting for the harvest, right? Lisa,
Yeah.
you have seven of pentacles.
yeah, that's why I keep showing you, because I thought we had the same one.
Yeah, no, it's the seven of pentacles, which is waiting for things to manifest. You know, having done the planting, now waiting to reap in your career. So, Mary Ellen, you had the
8 of Pentacles.
and the eight of pentacles is, describe the picture.
Oh, it's the cobbler.
The cobbler. Okay, right. So that's good at what's good at his work. Okay. Manifestation. Vicky,
I have the Eight of Swords.
has she shown up for you before? She's shown up in somebody's reading before.
No.
Okay. So
No, this is the first
your
time.
career and profession, and
Right.
feeling limited by your own mental constructs, your own mental limitations, feeling needing to be rescued and bound. So you just might want to sit with that.
Okay. I will think about that one.
Yeah. Jessica, what'd you have for career?
Temperance.
Oh, okay. All right. So once again, that's the free-flowing spirit. And, you know, 1 foot on the land, 1 foot on the water. So a lot of things there. Read more about that one.
I have the moon.
The moon. Okay, so the moon is about transformation. And it's about coming up. It's evolution, so moving forward out of the unconscious waters onto land and the light, either of the full moon, but it almost looks like a sun. So, yep. Sherry, what'd you have?
The Three of Swords.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. How's your career going?
Well, it depends what you call my career at this point. It's sort
Okay.
of, yeah, that means it's kind of coming to an end.
Well, it's kind of a heartbreak. It's more of a heartbreak, or being cracked open.
Yeah, that's sort of what I thought.
Okay. It's not as bad as the card seems, but it has an emotional resonance. Yeah, I'm not scared of it anymore because I've had it so much.
Oh,
You know, and I'm still here. And you know, I went out to work today,
oh,
and clients seem to find value in what I did. So, yeah.
well, the part about the gift of sorrow, I was wondering if that means that could be used with the career piece.
Absolutely. It can be called what they call the wounded healer.
Hmm.
The wounded healer is a really powerful path because we heal from our own direct experience rather than some clinical detachment. Yeah, so definitely, I think that's a good intuitive hit you had.
Yeah. Okay.
I would go with it.
That's a
Mary
better
Ellen, would you have?
The cobbler.
Okay, right. We're still on that. We haven't gone.
Right.
Have I got everybody? All right. 11th house. It's the house of Aquarius. Shall we sing a few bars? Yeah, maybe not. I was just thinking of me. The rest of you can hum along. So it's really about service to the group. So it's the larger groups we're a part of. It's a sense of belongingness to the groups. So what interesting cards do we have there?
Well, I have the 5 of Pentacles out in the snow.
Okay, remember to look up at the lighted windows.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's the light of the spirit coming through from in the warm cathedral. They just have to go through the door.
Okay.
What else do we have?
I have the 4 of Swords.
Okay. All right. So that's the kind of time out to rest and reflect.
And what does that mean with group consciousness?
Well, it may mean that you're holding a certain amount of reserve and distance while you're sorting things out, because it's really about waiting for things to sort them out mentally because it's swords. So it's a timeout.
I have the King of Pentacles.
Okay, so that's about being really good at manifestation. If I were running an organization that was a group, I'd want you to be in a key position.
Oh,
You'd be able to, manifest well.
I have the Page of Swords.
All right, so that's some youthful energy, really making things happen with direction and mental thrust. Carolyn?
I have the Six of Pentacles.
Okay, so generosity to others in groups of material things. Sherry, what'd you have?
I don't like this one either. Ten of Swords.
Ten of Swords, something's come as far as it can go. So in the groups you've been a part of, there may be something that has come as far as it can go. All right. Are you ready for 12? 12 is the outcome of the reading. The 12th house is the completion of the cycle. So we started at the first house, which was you. We've now gone completely around to, if we think of it as a cycle of sowing and reaping, so now this is the completion of the harvest, and we're ready to go back. In New England here, we really do have that cycle where everything goes back into the earth, dies, and goes back into the earth. So that's where we are in the 12th house.
So it's harvesting or what?
Well, no, it's after harvesting. It's when things can go fallow so that they can start again in the first house.
So a resting place, kind of?
Okay, Vicky. Yeah, I would just sit with that one. Often what's in the 12th house is hidden from us. It's unknown. It can be a resting place.
okay.
It can be, yep.
I have the Empress.
Well, honey, you are very pregnant.
I am, aren't I?
And I think the Empress is perfect for that final outcome of the reading, because that's what she really is
Pregnant.
very pregnant, because she gives birth to the whole physical world. She's what brings, summer. So yes, it's very much, we call her the fecund, fertile queen.
Is this one like, do we think about it with life, or could it also be with career?
Not career,
Okay.
life. It's a different kind of energy.
Okay.
Okay, I have the Eight of Cups.
The Eight of Cups.
Under a moon. Looks like walking away.
Walking away. Turning his back on in a positive sense and moving toward the new, the unknown. So walking away from emotional attachments, because that's what cups are. Cups are emotion.
What are wands again?
Spirit.
Oh, spirit.
Spirit or inspiration. They're fire energy. So what'd you have?
The two of, well, I think, is that a wand? It looks like a stick.
Yeah, it's a stick. It's a stave.
Oh,
So if
right.
you think of medieval ages, staves.
Yeah. Okay.
So once again, that is, seeing what is possible.
So two of wands.
Mm-hmm. So that's seeing what is possible, looking out. Lisa, what'd you have for 12? Lisa's gone. Okay. Carolyn, did you show me what you have?
I have the High Priestess.
High Priestess. Okay, so that's intuition, feminine intuition. So it may be somewhat hidden from you right now. So because it's in the 12th house. So, but that's a deep resource that you can tap into of intuition. All right, let's do the last card, the final statement, because it's 9 o'clock.
I've got the Sun.
Me too.
Wow. That's delightful that two people in the group have the Sun. Is just wonderful. That's great joy and gratefulness and just lovely. And it's also major arcana, so it makes it for a pretty significant reading.
Perfect.
All right, what else do we have?
5 of Pentacles.
5 of Pentacles. Okay, so once again, look at that lighted window. What, honey? What? Oh, come here. Come here. Well, come back here. It's okay. You can go down. Got a little cat crisis here. Come down. Come down. Come down. Come down. So have we heard from everybody? Yeah, for the 12. No, the final. Now we're on the final. Okay, what's the final? So we had 2 suns.
I have a 10 of swords.
Okay. Kind of a heavy card, huh?
Sad.
Yeah. Well, you just might question what is the nightmare that you feel like you wake up from sometime, or what are the demons? So this is something in the subconscious mind. It's not real. So he's really safe in his own bed with a lovely coverlet over him, but there might be some nightmares that he wakes up from. He can also have a sense of remorse or grief.
And as a final statement, does that like color everything else?
No, because each house stands on its own. So each house stands on its own. So hold the information from all that. Just say, there's a kind of heaviness to that I would just, sit with. Okay, Mary Ellen, what do you got?
I had the sun. But
oh, you have the sun, of course. Sherry, what?
Lisa's back
Lisa's back?
on the phone.
Yeah, I'm actually on the phone just because we're in the middle of a thunderstorm and the whole,
oh no,
cable and Wi-Fi just went out. So.
Oh boy. Well, thanks for calling in. What'd you get for your final card?
Oh, so I don't think that I told you the other one, and
the 12th, yeah.
So my 12th card is the 5 of Swords.
Okay. A little struggle there.
So,
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the one about
kind of
manipulation.
leaving things behind. And then my final card is the 9 of Wands, or I'm sorry, the 4 of Wands. 4.
Okay, well that's great, and you had that elsewhere in another reading, right?
I did.
Yeah, that's a great card, so I just hold on to that. Yep, it's a great celebration. So we had 2 suns. We had the swords, and we had, Sherry, what do you have?
I have 5 of wands.
Okay. Okay, that's that. Getting into argument and holding your own in a debate of ideas, a battle of ideas. So willing to, engage in that. Okay. What else? There's somebody else we haven't heard from. Right? Vicki, what'd you have?
What does the last card mean? I'm sorry to interrupt. I missed that whenever the last card.
Oh, what the last card is, it's just kind of an overview. It's not a summary because each house stands on its own. So it's just kind of okay, here's something else you might pay attention to. Because it's not an outcome, but a final statement. What, honey? Oh. Vicki, did you say what you had?
Yes, I have the 5 of Pentacles.
Okay, right. Okay. So here's what you can do. People left matter of fact, everybody who left the last Sunday session has been doing a lot of readings. And so, the best way to work with the cards is to get to know them. And the way you get to know them is by doing your own readings. So it can be simple as pull a card, just one card for the day, and say, before you pull it, say, what do I need to know today? What do I need to pay attention today? What might be important for me today? And just pull a card and let that card have meaning for you. You can do either of these readings anytime. I recommend doing the 12th house reading as a monthly reading, but you can do the Celtic cross anytime. And as you work with the cards, they will begin to inform you what they mean in your life. Because this is a symbolic language, and I shared with you some of what I've learned about the symbols for me, but that's my higher self and my psyche talking to me. The symbols may have somewhat different meaning for you. So, I'd recommend for a period of time doing a 12th house layout monthly. And then in between doing, pulling a card or two. Sometimes I'll pull 3 cards just to see, kind of what the energy is that's going on.
Do you always have a question in mind?
Yeah, but they're usually pretty big questions, like what's important today.
Okay.
Yeah, what should I be focusing on? Or I may even ask about a situation. I say, what do I need to know about this client visit? And I'll pull a card, and it will give me something. And sometimes it doesn't make easy sense, so then I use it as a meditation. And I can say, well, what is this trying to show me? Any system can be used that way. I used the I Ching for many years, and I threw my 3 coins, and it was a time that I was going through a lot of different conflicts in my personal life, my work life, and things were very confused, and it was hard for me to see which way to go. So I would use it as a way to really start the morning with a meditation. So I'd throw the coins, and then I would read what the interpretations meant, and then I'd kind of sit with them and see how they informed what I was thinking about for the day. And the I Ching uses very symbolic language. And I remember some of the ones I got very often were about being the second wife, that you don't have real power in the situation, that you're in the situation under the sufferance of the first wife, so you better be humble. So it would be things like that. And so then I would have to take that language and say, well, how does it apply to the situation I'm in? And that would be kind of my mindfulness practice for the day. So that's how all these are intended to be used, as a way to remember, deepen that understanding of how we are in the world, and then so we can be directed by a higher self and by spirit. And when we work with a symbolic system like the cards, we open ourselves to that kind of direct knowing. So it's a way to get inspiration. That makes sense? So take a picture of this layout before you shuffle your cards. Think about getting yourself a nice container for your cards, maybe wrapping them in silk. One of those scarves that you've hung on to for a long time and wondered why you didn't get rid of. I have one my dad gave me when I was 18 that he brought back from Europe in his travels, and I thought it was ugly at 18, and I still think it's ugly. But it's been a great scarf to wrap my cards. Well, thank you for this session. We will stay tuned. I'll let you know what the next session is. The plan is the next session will be on sacred geometry. So stay tuned.
Thank you.
Thank you all for showing up.
Thank you.
Have a great evening. Thank you.
Have a good night. Thanks.
Bye.